Okay, now let's look at the dangers in details. So the hazards, sorry. So for damaged insulation that we have over here, as you can see the wires over here, all of them, the insulation is gone. Okay, it's worn off. Okay, where you can see the cables. So insulating materials may become worn with time and use. Why? Because we bend and we twist the cables, and this causes the insulation to crack and break. And now, what happens when the insulation cracks and break? The conducting wires inside is exposed. Okay, it is exposed. So obviously, the exposed wire, when you touch it, okay, when you touch it, what will happen? You will get a severe electric shock. So just take note of this. Okay, this is the problem of damaged insulation. And how does it occur? Because of the bending and twisting of our electric cables, and the insulation cracks and breaks. Okay, this is for damaged insulation. For dam conditions, okay, first thing you must take note, water is a conductor of electricity. Okay, so what happens is that when the let's say for example hair dryer, a bit silly, but you put it in the water. So if you touch the water, because water can conduct electricity, okay, when you touch the water, you'll get the shock. That means the current will flow through the hair dryer to the water and reaches to you. Okay, why? Because this is the key here. Water provides a conducting path for the current to flow. Okay, in this case here, we talk about a large current to flow. So two things, water conductor electricity, and when appliances come in contact with water, okay, what happens? The water provides a conducting path for the large current to flow, and when it reaches us, we will get electric shock. Electric shock us. Okay, so this is the problem with dam conditions. And the last one, we talk about overheating of cables. Okay, as you can see here, I have about 6 or 7 plugs plugged into one main socket. This is really dangerous. Why? Because each appliance will draw a certain amount of current. And definitely, the current that's flowing through this socket is a lot. Okay, a large current will actually flow through the conducting wires. And this is happening because of this phenomenon here we call overloading. So the one that you are seeing here, this is actually overloading. You have so many plugs plugged into one socket. Okay, now, so this overheating is because overloading causes large current to flow through, and this causes overheating of the cables. Okay, our cables overheat. And now, a thin wire has large resistance and is usually not meant to carry large current as more heat will be produced. As you can see here, these wires are generally thin. So if there's a large current flowing through here, more heat will be produced. And if more heat will be produced, the insulation may become damaged. And when it's damaged, it melts. Okay, it melts. Plus the heat, it will tend to cause a fire. So this is the problem with overheating of cables. So the three main dangers that we always see or we will have at home is damaged insulations, where the bare wires where the live wires become exposed. Okay, dam conditions, where water becomes a conducting path for the electricity flow to you and you might get electric shock. And the last one, the heating of cables. Okay, this happens when large overloading is done and large current flows through the conducting wire. Okay, so this is the hazards of using electricity.